Clean them. Get the peanut butter off of them.
Get the peanut butter off. Very important. Isn't that fun? And this is almost like a pool ball. You can almost.
Yeah.
Did you hear that?
Oh.
Can you hear that?
Leo.
That's because it's hollow. Yes, Vac.
Can you substitute that with a billiard ball?
You can. You know, Vac's the one whose head looks like a billiard ball after that, after that promo we did. Hey, we got a good show coming up for you. Today on Call for Help, we're going to show you how to turn your PC into a TV. Yes, you can watch us on your computer. Also, Andy's going to show you how to do that. Monica, what do you have coming up? You have something exciting to show us, right?
Yep, I'm going to show you how to join all your instant messaging clients. And I've got
all
Winamp.
in one application?
Yes, in one application.
Oh, I love that. That's our free file today?
Yeah.
All right. Of course, I'm going to answer all of your calls. And Office expert Jim Sanderson's here, too, to tell us all about some amazing stuff you can do with Microsoft Word, some things you may not have known. We love those word tips. Now, the most important part of the show, ladies and gentlemen, your calls, right?
Right. And we've got a Netcam caller.
Okay.
We've got Joseph from Brooklyn, New York.
I love the callers from Brooklyn. They're so much fun. Hey, Joseph, how are you?
I'm good. How are you doing, Leo?
No, you don't really talk like that. Do you?
Yes, I do, Leo. I told you in KF5 that I talk like that.
Not like you're supposed to say, like what? Talk like what?
Like what?
What are you talking about? How you doing? We've talked before, haven't we?
Yeah.
You've been on Call for Help before.
No, I've been on KFI.
KFI, all right. I knew your voice.
Yep.
Well, welcome. I do a radio show, for those who don't know, in Los Angeles on the weekends. I do here on the week in Toronto, Los Angeles on the weekends. That's nutty, huh?
Leo's a busy man.
Yeah, but I love Brooklyn. What part of Brooklyn you live in?
Right next to Coney Island.
Oh, man.
Across the street from the beach, too.
Oh, that's nice. That's nice. Well, what can I do for you today, Joseph?
I have a Wi-Fi network at home.
Yeah.
And I have 2 XP machines.
Okay.
And I use file sharing. And everyone tells me file sharing, it's not safe, don't use it. I mean, can I use it? Is it safe? What do you recommend?
Yeah, well, okay, here's the deal. You can use it. It is safe if you do a few simple things. You have a router between you and the outside world?
Yeah, I have a D-Link.
So you're not doing file sharing to the outside world, just within your internal network. So that's good, because what that means is if a hack, here's why file sharing is dangerous. First of all, it isn't that securely done. Okay, and so if I were on the network, the internet directly with this computer, and I turned on file sharing, it would be a trivial thing for a hacker scanning ports, and they do that all the time, to see port 139 and say, oh, port 139's open. Oh, my goodness, this guy's got file sharing turned on.
Right,
the next thing he does, first he tries to just use it, and if you didn't have a password, he'd be in your system, like that. If you had a password, then he's going to step back a little bit and say, all right, well, he's got some security. Let's see if we can crack it. You can do a brute force attack, which is why, for instance, comparing every word in the dictionary to your password.
Yeah, but it takes forever, though.
Well, believe it or not, it doesn't. It can be done. It could be done in just a matter of a few hours. You could do the whole dictionary. It's very quick. There are brute force attacks, in fact, that could take minutes. So you want to make sure you have a good password. It's not in the dictionary. It's not a real word. It's a mixture of numbers and letters and punctuation, uppercase and lowercase. The problem is Windows doesn't do a very good job with those passwords. For instance, it's not case sensitive.
I can't believe it.
Yeah, so it's actually, and there are holes in file sharing's passwords. So I wouldn't recommend allowing file sharing to be seen on the network. But if you've got a router and that hacker is sweeping the net for port 139, your router doesn't have port 139 open.
Yeah, also, I'm not pingable. I turned off the ping.
Oh, good man.
So,
but he's not looking for ping. He's not looking for that. He's looking for port 139. Here's what I would recommend you do, just to reassure yourself. You know about Shields Up?
Yeah, I ran it before, yeah.
All right, so I'm going to show everybody how to do it. You already know how to do it. It's grc.com. This is our good buddy Steve Gibson, who's going to be on the show. In fact, he was going to be on the show this week, but he doesn't have a passport. He couldn't come up. So as soon as he gets a passport, he's the guy who created SpinRite, which is a wonderful program. But Shields Up is a free program to test your system for insecurities. So we're going to run Shields Up here. And what it does is it looks at all of your ports. A port is an open connection.
Right.
And it says whether your connection is available or not.
Well, all my ports were stealth except one was closed.
Now, closed is not good. You want to be stealth. Here's the 3 states a port could be. Open, which means, come on in, hackers, I'm ready for business. Or you could have closed, which is, I'm all locked up, try to get in. Or you can have stealth, which is, Nothing. So when a hacker sees a stealth computer, he doesn't see a computer at all. There's nothing there.
Right.
So you want them all to be stealth. Closed is, in effect, an invitation.
So how do I make the one that's closed? How do I make it stealth?
Well, I would look at your router. What is the port that's closed?
I honestly don't remember.
It's probably, I'll be honest with you, if you have a Linksys router, it's the ident port, which Linksys, for some reason, decided instead of stealthing to close.
Right.
Because some IRC servers use it to identify you.
Right.
It's a reverse lookup.
Well, I have a D-Link.
You have a D-Link?
Yeah.
Now, I would check and see what that port is, find out what it is and why it's closed, not stealth. But the main thing the point I'm making here is port 139 stealthed. That
Right.
means nobody knows you're doing file sharing. So you're secure. Now, there's one other thing. When Service Pack 2 comes out, now we're pre-taping this show, and just the other day, Microsoft announced yet again that it's going to be delayed.
Right.
So I don't know when it's going to come out.
Well, I'm running release candidate, too.
Okay, good. That patches file sharing and makes it more secure as well.
Right.
So I would say you're probably okay. I wouldn't worry. Make sure you have good passwords. Make sure you've got a router, and port 139, which is the NetBIOS port, is stealthed, so no hacker knows it's there.
Right.
So they're not going to try any attacks against it.
Mm-hmm.
And then if you're running Service Pack 2, you're running the more secure version anyway. In that case, fine. But the
Sounds
reason
good.
we often recommend against file sharing is because people often don't know enough to do that.
Right.
But I think you're all right, Joseph.
Okay.
Hey, thank you. It's great to talk to you.
Thanks a lot, Leo.
Do me a favor. Go over, get a Coney Island hot dog, and mail it to me.
Sounds good. I'll get you a Nathan's.
I want everything from Nathan's. Relish, mustard, pickles, onions, everything.
Oh, my God.
Hey, thanks, Joseph. You made me hungry. Take care, guy. I really appreciate your call and call.
Thanks a lot, Leo.
All right, take care. If you want to call for help, our website, callforhelptv.com. Go there. There's a form. You can fill it out and say, I want to be on the show. I've got a question for the gang, and we will answer it because we love hearing from you, no matter where you're calling from. When we come back, time to walk the walk and talk the talk with our very own Cyber Walker. And why Walker? How many more times can I get Walker in there, huh? Stick around. Back in a bit. Welcome back to Call for Help, a very serious show about serious topics. And today, aren't you glad we don't do that show? Today, Andy Walker is here to tell you about turning your PC into a TV. You could be watching, and I bet you there are a few people watching us on their computer right now.
Yeah, I hope so.
I would hope so. But we can make more people do that if we want. What is that you're holding up there?
This is a remote control. So this is going to be a mouse-free segment. Well, almost mouse-free.
A mouse-free segment.
Yeah. So I'm going to control my computer.
That's the ATI Wonder, TV Wonder Pro, which is, I think this is a really neat. They sell it individually, too. And one of the reasons it's cool, I don't know if this is that one, it's RF, it's radio frequency based, not infrared, which means you can control, for instance, you could be watching something from your computer on your TV, but the computer could be in another room because this is radio frequency.
It's not line of sight. No, go through walls.
Yeah, I think that's very cool. Yeah. Very cool. So this is kind of a requirement for that kind of thing.
It's helpful.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
So what we've done is we've taken that Remote Control Edition TV Wonder Pro and we've installed it in the back of our Dell.
So this is a card as well.
It's an actual PCI card goes in the back. There is a USB version from ATI, and Digistore next door to it. Actually, you can maybe hold this up. That's the USB version from them.
Oh, that's cool. So the TV would go into there.
Yeah. The coaxial cable goes into there. Yeah.
And then
you flip it over.
That would go USB to your computer.
This is a TV
tuner. Now, USB is not, so this is basically a TV tuner in a little box. Yeah. USB is not going to be as good, even 2.0 is not going to be as good as having a card in your computer, though, right? Or no?
Well, it's 480 megabits per second.
Yeah, really? So it's okay?
On USB 2.0.
Okay.
Sure.
Okay.
I mean, the older 1.1 version.
1.1 was
so
really not, and a lot of these were 1.1.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, USB nominally 480. I haven't found 2.0 to be quite that fast, but I guess it's fast enough for a TV picture.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the nice thing about this is you don't have to open the case or anything.
No, that's right, and that's it's friendly for people who don't want to get into the guts of a computer.
Yeah.
You know.
Okay, so that's one way to do it. Another way is the TV Wonder Pro.
But I'm just
how much roughly are we talking for this kind of a thing?
About 100 US, 130.
Not a whole lot.
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
And we like ATI because they're from Canada.
From Canada. Yeah. That's right. So, but I just wanted to show you a couple of functions there. I've got the television up. Actually, let's turn it on. Let's use the mouse and turn it off.
Yeah, let's.
So we have
some woman crying on Montel.
But I'm going to turn it on again.
You could have been watching that now.
we had Mark on the show showing us a PVR hack. Well, this is one way to get a personal video recorder on your computer and actually record television.
So once you install this, does it have the software to also record the TV?
It does. It comes with software, and so you can screen capture.
Can you pause?
Yeah, you can
pause live TV. All of that stuff that you could do with a PVR. Wow, that's cool.
So let's try it, shall we?
Let's see. Pause. Pause that woman crying.
Stop Montel.
Stop Montel. No, you can't.
You can't.
I think that the problem is that really requires a lot of hardware. You have to have, and they can't know that you're going to have a fast enough hardware, hard drive, and all of that stuff.
Yeah, let's go full screen. Actually, there's a neat button here. You can go full screen too. So let's go.
Oh wow! So now it's just like a real TV.
Yeah, but of course you can't.
Oh, that poor baby.
She's crying. With the bobber. You can actually let's screen capture her. Oh, look.
I shouldn't mock it.
Oh, you can screen capture it and mail it to somebody.
Oh, that's cool.
Look at that.
Guess what I'm watching right now? Wow.
It's kind of fun.
That's cool.
And then
if you had a friend named Mike, you could really scare him with that.
Yeah. Or record. We could record too. The recording feature's a little funky on this.
How do the recordings come out?
Not so good. In fact, we've had real trouble with the recording function on this particular machine.
Yeah, and I have to say, one of the things Microsoft is smart about when they sell Windows Media Center, they sell it with the hardware because then they can validate that the hardware is fast enough, everything's going to work. When you add stuff to an existing PC, your hard drive may not be fast enough, your processor may not be fast enough, it may be fragmented. There's all sorts of reasons why it might not work so well, and they can't be sure about that.
Ultimately, television is going to run across the internet. That is what the future.
Oh, that's
so
interesting.
It's all going to be bit-based.
They call that IP TV because it comes in over Internet Protocol. Wow.
So ultimately, your television, forget those antennas.
Right.
It'll all come over the internet.
Right now, this is an antenna or a cable hooked up to the back of the box.
This is a coaxial cable, yes, just like it would be the back of your cable box. This feature, you can control the volume with this remote control. I think it's kind of cool.
I'll tell you why I like this. I don't usually watch a full screen. Who wants to sit at their desk and watch TV? But you can make a small window and watch, for instance, business news, watch the stock prices while you're working. A lot of people do that during the day. Or you can have something in the background. And some of this even has software will monitor the closed captioning. So you can say, if my stock, if they mention Apple Computer, I want you to pop up and show what's going on the screen. So it's actually watching the closed captioning. That's kind of neat.
That is
stuff like that, yeah.
But this is ideal for students and people like that who have very confined spaces.
Oh, that's true too.
They run a computer. They have the television in there.
Right.
They have the radio in there. They have all of those really cool.
Can this record radio, or is it only for TV only?
I suppose if you'd
have to have a radio input.
Digital radio input on your cable. You can.
Very cool. There you go. Putting TV on your PC. Andy Walker has shown us how. And of course, go to the website if you want more information. callforhelptv.com. Coming up, a winning media player. But first, call for help quiz time. Are you ready? What does the CAT in Cat 5 stand for? Is it category, cable and terminal, catalog, or catastrophe? Get to the website, give us your answer. We'll talk about it when Call for Help continues. See, we can tell we're in Toronto. We have the CN Tower here. They call this the world's tallest freestanding structure. It's not the world's tallest structure. Those two towers in Kuala Lumpur are. But they're not freestanding. They're leaning on each other. And so that makes it. But this is what? This is a TV antenna? Is that what this is?
Yeah, telecommunications. As well as a restaurant.
And yeah, you can go up in the elevator and there's a restaurant.
It
spins around.
Yeah, it's fun. And it's a glass floor, which is fun.
Does it?
Yeah. It has
underneath this, there's a glass floor?
Yeah, in the restaurant. I don't
think I'd like that.
Observation levels.
Excuse me, Leo.
I think I'd erp up. Yes, Vac?
There is a couple of TV towers held by guy wires that are over 2,000 feet tall in Russia.
They're taller.
Those are the taller structures in the world.
That's kind of a kludge.
Vac is a master of useless information, as I think you'll soon learn if you watch this show. Let's get another caller on the air. Not that I'm not. We have Monica.
We actually have Sherry via Netcam from Columbus, Ohio.
Awesome. Hello, Sherry.
Hello, Leo.
How are you, dear?
Fine. Thanks for being on the show. I love the show. You've taught me so many things.
Oh, you dear. I'm so glad. Well, we're going to, we're getting a lot of calls from the States, which is wonderful. And, I have to say the same thing to everybody in the States. It's not yet on the air there.
Yeah, we miss you.
I know, but we're going to get it on down there. We're working very hard to find a network in the United States that will carry it.
Yes.
And if you're a cable executive in the United States of America, call us. What can I do for you, Sherry?
I want to know how to remove programs that's in the add and remove program box that does not have a remove button.
So you have a program that when you go to your control panel, your add remove control panel, it's there, but so you can see the entry, but there's no remove button.
Yes.
Well, that's weird. It must be a program that doesn't want to be uninstalled. You know,
Yes,
this
I have
used
about 3 or 4 of them in there.
Really?
Yes.
What are they, just out of curiosity?
Something called Start Now.
I bet
Internet Optimizer.
Oh, yeah, you've got a few little spyware programs in there.
Yes, and I have spyware programs on here to catch them or get rid of them, and it hasn't done anything.
But they're too late. They're already installed.
Yeah, I see.
Well, I'll tell you, there's a couple of things to do. It depends on the program. See, most of these, in fact, every one of my programs, there's a button that says remove or change remove. That's just kind of, that's how it should be. I mean, why else would it be in the add remove programs? But there are programs that don't want to be removed. An antivirus frequently will not have a remove button because they don't want to make it too easy for a virus to remove. Those programs, you have to insert the install disk to remove. Here's the first thing I would do. If you're in here and there's no remove button here, go to the Start menu and look for the program's entry in the Start menu, because very often a program will put an uninstaller in there. So,
yes, I went in there too.
And there's no uninstaller there.
No uninstaller. I even went as far as to try to tweak around in the registry.
Oh, don't do that. You're going to cause. Oh, please don't do that. You're going to cause problems. You'll be sorry.
Yes.
If it doesn't have an uninstaller, then the next thing to do is, if you installed it and you have the install CD, is to put the install CD in. Very often, as in the case of antiviruses, at that point it'll say, well, you're already installed. Do you want to uninstall? You know, it's funny, in the old days, programs didn't come with uninstallers because I guess the programmers thought, oh, if we put an uninstaller in there, that'll imply somebody might not like our program.
Yes.
But fortunately, customs have changed, and almost every program has an uninstaller. If it doesn't, that's a little suspicious.
Yes.
It might be spyware. I'll show you one other thing you can do. This is not actually what I would recommend if it's spyware. I would only recommend this if it's an actual, it's an actual program. You could use an uninstaller. There are programs. For instance, this is the A Shampoo Uninstaller Suite. I like this because you can try before you buy as a shareware program, and it will uninstall an application. Now, normally it wants to watch while you install, and it will log the installation. It can attempt to uninstall an unlogged application by looking at what's in that application and removing all the bits and pieces of it. That may or may not work for you. I think that Internet Optimizer and stuff, I don't know, but that sounds like spyware to me. I'm wondering, you have Spybot, Search and Destroy, and Adware?
Yes. I have something called Spy Blaster too, something like that. Spy Guard, rather. Spyware Guard.
Spyware Guard, I'm not familiar with. You got to be careful with anti-spyware programs. Some of them are actually spyware in disguise.
Okay.
If you ever go to a website and you get like a banner ad on the website that says, "You have spyware, download our program quickly."
I don't touch them.
Sometimes those are spyware.
Yeah, I don't.
Yep. But I can tell you've been watching this show for a while. You know, don't you?
Yeah, I don't know how I got tips. Because I tried not to. I'm a download freak, but I'm not that much of a download freak.
Yeah.
I try to be, kind of careful on some of the downloads, and I don't know when I got these items. And Start Now just takes over the browser.
Yeah, I think it's spyware. So what was one of them? It was called Internet Optimizer?
And Start Now. It's supposed to be a search engine that automatically comes up when you use Internet Explorer on certain things, and
that's a browser hijacker.
Yeah,
I think.
hijacker. That's what it is. And and it acts like it's coming through Google.
Yeah,
and I wrote Google, and they wrote me back and told me it was none of their, nothing.
It's not
theirs.
them. Well, here we are at startnow.com. I don't know if this is the same one. What I would look for is in their help and support, I would look for an uninstaller.
I went there too.
Oh, you've done it all.
I still couldn't uninstall this. It's just stuck.
I wonder about this. Why don't they have an uninstaller? That's, to me, very, very suspicious.
Yeah.
I'm not familiar with this one. We have on our website a good guide on removing spyware. I'm going to send you to a site, and this is a site everybody should know about, called spywareinfo.com.
Okay.
And they have a very good series of articles on browser hijackings, which I think this is. A browser hijacker is a program that installs itself, modifies your start page, modifies your search engine, and things like that in order to put ads on your screen. And it's a real problem. Unfortunately, Spybot and AdAware, the spy removal programs, don't do a very good job of removing them. So I'm going to suggest you take a look at this article at Spyware Info. Read up on how to prevent and how to remove browser hijackers.
Okay.
They have some very specific techniques. And then the real key is to find the information about that browser hijacker. There's a list here that they link to of all known browser hijackers. And it has information about how to remove them. So I would suggest you take a look at spywareinfo.com and try to track down that particular one. I'm going to try to take a look and see. I want to be careful because I don't want to insult this company. I'm not sure that they're a spyware. So we're going to have to take a look and see if they are. But if they are, I think it's a little suspicious that you can't remove them.
Yes.
Yeah, if they are, I would take a look at spywareinfo.com and look at this link and see, because this might be a place to find out more.
Okay.
Okay?
Thank you very much. Y'all have a great time up here.
Thank you, dear. It's great talking to you.
This is the same here.
All right. You
Bye-bye.
take care now. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Too many instant messages popping up from your friends with MSN and Yahoo and AIM, and you got to run MSN and Yahoo and AIM and all the clients just to talk to your buddies. Monica's going to show you one program that'll do all three when Call for Help continues. You stay right here. Oh, wait a minute. It's not done yet. It's time to walk. I hear my walking music. I'm sorry, we're going to do it now. It's a good thing we have some music. What was it Jackie Gleason used to say? A little traveling music? Hi, Monica.
I actually messaged you, Leo, come on over.
Oh, because I should have paid. I was on the Mac. I was chatting with you.
Yeah.
Because you're using a new chat tool.
Called?
What is it?
Trillion.
Oh, I love Trillion.
Yeah.
Trillion's awesome.
Trillion's
Show us
great.
Trillion.
Because, you've got, let's say I've got you on Yahoo.
Well, actually, I was on iChat, which is AIM, yeah.
Yes. And I've got Andy on
He's on Yahoo
MSN.
or MSN.
Or
MSN?
It'll
You're
work with AIM, MSN, Yahoo,
and,
Jabber.
So I've got him messaging me, and you got him messaging me. You don't want to have all these programs popping.
Each one, yeah.
And it can get pretty messy and confusing. So what's great about Trillion, if you can look at my screen
I love
here,
Trillion. I actually paid for this. It's such a good
joins
program. It also
all
does
together.
internet relay chat, too, which is
So you got Trillion Pro?
Yeah, I paid for the full
yeah.
version of it, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
You don't have to, though. It's
Basic
free.
is free.
Yeah.
Basic is free. So just go to the website.
Should I go over and chat with you?
Sure.
Okay, you keep talking. I'm going to go over and chat.
So if you go to website, trillion.cc, you can download. Basic is free, and as Leo has, he's got the Pro, and you can buy that. So this is what the screen looks like, and there's lots of skins too, which you can get in the preferences folder.
You hear me beeping at you?
Oh, there's Leo beeping. Oh, he's there.
That's cool. Now that's from a Mac.
Yeah.
That's from iChat on a Mac.
Oh, and there's his icon. Look at that. That's kind of a creepy picture.
Kind of creepy, I know. I should probably replace that. Want me to replace it? I got better ones.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
So those are buddy icons, actually, which you can also set through your preferences. Right now, I've got SpongeBob. Right there. So that's what Leo is seeing over on his end.
I know. I love that one.
Whee!
There, I'm sending you a new one now. It's not so creepy.
All right.
See if it came down. It may not have come down yet. Do you do a lot of instant messaging? I think that's a very... no, it hasn't changed yet. It takes a while sometimes.
Yeah.
You do a lot of instant messaging?
Yeah, I mean, I'm always working on the computer, so
right.
I mean, instead
that's
of
how
like
your buddies
calling
get a hold of
people...
you. So now we've learned two things. You do a lot of SMS, text messaging, and instant messaging. Do you get out of the house?
And I hate talking on the phone. I know, I never get out. I mean...
So have you used Trillion before, or is this the first time?
No, I've used Trillion before.
Yeah,
I've used it for quite some time now, and they've got some really neat skins here.
They often seem to be getting in trouble with the various... I think MSN for a while wanted to block them and so forth, but what they do is just to keep updating it. I know, the skins are great. It's really
Somebody
neat.
needs to create a universal chat standard.
Well, it's silly because MSN says, well, you can't use our chat networks because we're, and I just think that's ridiculous. So you need to have one standard client so everybody can talk together.
Yeah.
Thank you, Monica. Our free file of the day, you can get a copy of it by going to our website.
Yes.
callforhelptv.com.
And if you have any ideas, anything you want me to feature in this segment, email me, Monica at callforhelptv.com.
Okay, coming up, can you paint an elephant? Maybe not, but you can customize Microsoft Word. Our office expert, Jim Sanderson, is here to show us how. Stay right here. I wonder what, it takes a little while, I guess, to download that. Welcome back to Call for Help. Microsoft Word is a big lumbering beast. Bigger than most anybody needs, but you can teach it a few manners. It's true. Office expert Jim Sanderson is back to show us some customization tricks, things you should change in Microsoft Word before you even start working with them.
I like that big lumbering beast.
It is, isn't it?
It is big.
Yeah.
It's, as we've spoken before, Leo, a lot of the modules in Office do a lot of things, and people tend to use them not just as they need them.
Yeah.
And of course, Word, you know, it's it's arguably the most important module in Office.
It's probably
Word
the one in
processing.
people. Yeah, they use it more than anything else, I think. Yeah.
And a lot of people get the software, they use it just the way it comes out of the box.
Right.
And that's not always the easiest thing to do.
Oh, let's show them what we can do to make it a little better.
Here you go. Like, just examine this document. You'll notice that there are quite a few red-lined words indicating spelling errors.
Right.
And this is just one feature that you can turn on and off. And in order to do this, there are a couple of different bars in the tool. Under Tools.
Mm-hmm.
So the first thing is you want to go down to Options, and there are all sorts of categories here. Notice the tabs, Edit, to change your view, and of course in Spelling and Grammar, which is what we're talking about.
Let me see here just a second, Jim, because they say they can't see this. Let me just make sure we're in the mirroring mode, yeah, so that everybody can see it. Can you see it now?
Okay.
No, we're going to... Look, we got Mikey down here. He's going to make it work. Oh, we just had to switch it over to 2. I think that's all we had to do.
There we go.
So we're now in the options menu.
Not a technology issue, sir.
It's nothing you're doing.
We're in...
Can we see it now?
So we're in the options
menu. Hold on a second. Let me make sure we can't see it now? No. All right. Let's make go down here. Hold on a second here. What one we were supposed to be on?
No!
2 or 3?
3.
Well, we were on 4. That's why.
You got it.
There we go. There we go. Is that okay now?
Difference between 3 and 4. There we go.
1, 2, 3.
All right.
That's it. So this, I think everybody who has played with Word has seen this, but you're right. I think a lot of people just open it, start typing.
I think a lot of people, being in the computer business, a lot of people we see, they just take the product, they install it, and...
I see a piece of paper, I'm going to type. That's
right.
all I need.
That's right.
So this is the spelling area.
And this is spelling. You can toggle. It's quite an easy matter, Leo, to toggle these things, tab them on and off.
Now, I like the little
go.
underlines. Do you think that confuses people?
I think some people like them, some people don't.
But here's how you
change. The whole idea is that you customize them the way you want.
Right.
There are all sorts of other things. We could be here for a long time chatting about all the different tabs, because each tab represents a different thing. For example, here's another good tip, though.
Okay.
A very useful feature in Word, beg your pardon, is when you click on File, you have a drop-down of your recently used files.
Yes.
Now, some people, again, don't want to be bothered with that, don't want the screen clutter. Other people want the maximum number of files.
I turn it all the way up.
There you...
I like 9. It's 9 is the most, right?
Yeah, 9 is the most.
I turn it all the way up.
Go into the general, and there you have it. All right.
And I guess if you always double-clicked a document icon to get into Word, you wouldn't care.
Yeah.
But I care, because that's often I'm in Word and I can't remember I can't remember the last thing I edited. So I open Word and I go to recent.
True enough. Now, there is one other feature. It's called autocomplete. And it's probably pretty high on the list of, I will say, annoyances for people who don't want that.
Yeah.
Of course, the definition of it is that Word will compare the first few characters of the word you're typing, that is, the software will, and match it to its dictionary and go ahead and finish the word for you.
Right. How annoying is that?
And that can be annoying. You would want to turn that on and off, and actually, in order to do that, it's a little different menu. You need to go into, where are we here? Tools, and we're going down to autocorrect options, and you want to go to auto text.
Now, this can actually be very powerful. For instance, if I had to type your name, Jim Sanderson, a lot, I could just say every time I type JS,
absolutely,
fill in Jim Sanderson.
Absolutely.
But it can also drive you crazy.
Well, it's important to know how to turn them on.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
You know, this is like a little brother to a macro.
Right.
You know,
right.
I mean,
an automatic kind of thing that happens.
Absolutely.
when you do something.
Absolutely. So those are 3 tips, but the general idea is to get into tools and either go down to customize options or autocorrect. The best one of those options gives you all of these in one throw.
Very valuable
stuff. You can
stuff.
make your word behave.
Jim Sanderson, thank you so much. Jim will be back next week with more office tips for you. Yeah. For more, go to callforhelptv.com. You can find Jim, of course, at Dominion Business website at dominionbusiness.ca. Thanks a lot, Jim. Coming up, more phone calls to come. Stick around here for more on Call for Help. Don't go away. Well, we got that fixed. We just have to remember to switch it over. Welcome back to Call for Help, the CN Tower edition. So now we got the guys in the control room looking stuff up. They say this is, in fact, the tallest structure, freestanding structure. It's taller than the Kuala Lumpur towers. There's a TV tower that's taller, but it has guy wires holding it up.
Which is kind of a fake.
Well, so that doesn't count. Freestanding means, but what's holding this up?
Big basement.
This is a beautiful, you and I went to a Blue Jays game, and we were at the Dome, and they had the Dome open, and the tower is right above you.
Yeah.
And it's really quite striking. It's really, it's certainly the landmark. And the nice thing is, no matter where you are in Toronto, you can always locate yourself and figure out where to, what directions
CN Tower
is by the CN Tower.
Yeah. It's a great navigation tool.
It's like a real landmark.
We always get the information correct.
Thank you, Vec. Mike on the line, I think. Let's see who we've got. Monica, is it Mike?
Yes, we do. We have Mike from Jacksonville, Florida.
All right. Thank you for Mike. Thank you for calling in. Welcome to the show.
Oh, Leo, it's an honor to talk to you. I used to point a C-band satellite up to watch you years ago, and
wow.
Good luck in your new venture.
Well, I thank you very much. And as I said to our earlier caller, Diana, we're doing our best to get it on down in the States. So
good deal. Well, I can't see the CN Tower here from Florida, so it's kind of a little bit far.
You almost could.
Yeah, almost. What I've got a wireless network at home. I'm using Windows like everybody else uses Windows, and XP Pro on there and XP. Okay. And what I want to know is, can I move over to the Mac side? Can I add a network, get a Mac and put a network card and stick it right in that one of those ports or something?
Oh yeah, you won't even know the difference now. Well, okay, the first thing is getting on the network and sharing internet will be trivial. You said it's wireless network?
Right, 11G, 802.11G.
No problem. No problem. Now, if you don't want to slow down your network, you should make sure that you get an Airport Extreme card in that Mac.
Okay.
If you get any new Mac, it'll only support Airport Extreme. That's 802.11G. Mm-hmm. And what will happen, in fact, here's my Mac. It's pretty amazing. Once Airport's turned on, you'll see a list of all of the devices in the range. You see we have 3 different devices in here, which confuses everybody. And you'll just pick the device that you want. In your case, there'll only be one. And in fact, my experience has been, if there's only one in the area, you won't have to pick it. It'll just be there. I mean, you can get more fancy by going into system preferences and looking at the network preference pane and playing with setup and so forth and so on.
Yeah.
But you don't really have to do any of that. In fact, I leave you notice I don't have any profiles or anything. I leave on location on automatic. I go to the airport, it works. I come in here, it works. I go home, it works. I don't have to do anything. Now, that's for getting on the internet, getting on the network. If you want to share files between the Mac and the PC, that's a little bit more complicated. Is that something that you're thinking you want to do as well?
Well, I might go between Open Office, for instance.
Right.
Or something like that.
Even Microsoft Office, the file format's
exactly. I might need to do that.
Yeah, the file format's exactly the same in Microsoft Office too, and there are, so sometimes you do that. That's a little more complicated. Apple has built into OS X the Samba system, which is an open source, free networking system that emulates Windows LAN Manager. So to Windows, a Mac OS X looks exactly like another Windows machine.
Outstanding.
So it's very easy for the Windows machine to see the Mac. or rather for the Mac to see the Windows machine. Sometimes you have a little trouble getting the Windows machine to see the Mac machine. We're actually going to answer, show somebody how to do that in a later show. Basically, there's a program called SharePoints that makes it very, very simple. But really, the nice thing about the Mac is they know they have to coexist in a Windows world, so they really kind of go the extra mile to make sure that they will work. Just plug and play in your Windows network.
So just to get in, it'll work. Well, that sounds great, because I want to try some videos, and you've convinced me that that's the way to...
It's the best way to edit video. You bet.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Hey, thank you, Mike.
Thank you.
Keep watching. Take care.
Okay.
All right, one last chance to take our quiz of the day. What does cat, the word cat, mean in Cat 5, say, cable? Is it category, cable and terminal? I don't know this one. Catalog? Or catastrophe? Get to the website, give us your answer, we'll talk about it when Call for Help continues. That's what it means. Welcome back to Call for Help. Before the break, we asked you what the cat Cat 5 cable is. All right, wait, don't tell me. It's got to be cable and terminal, right? Cable and terminal?
Nope.
Category. Oh, it's category 5.
Category 5.
There's category 3 and there's category 5.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I guess I blew that one. I hope you got it right. If you did, you're smarter than me. Congratulations. I did. That's all right. We all drool on each other all the time. That's just part of the show. Time for Monica's Minute. We think maybe we'll call it that. Or a moment with Monica.
I guess it's still up in the air.
Yeah, still is up in the air. What do we got today?
I've got Winamp.
Winamp is great.
Yeah, it's a nice alternative to the Windows Media Player.
Still free?
Yes, it's still free.
Even though they got purchased by AOL and kind of sucked into the AOL.
Sucked into Netscape.
Through Netscape, via Netscape. Netscape bought them and AOL bought Netscape, and then they were just kind of... But they're still around, Nullsoft. Those great guys at Nullsoft, they're still around.
Yeah, so you can download Winamp from winamp.com, and so this is a site. It's kind of a funky looking site.
Do you use Winamp to play just your
Winamp
MP3s, or do you use it for your CDs and everything?
Yep, CDs,
everything.
Video.
3 minutes.
Really?
I like it for video.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, let's see.
So this is what it looks like.
Now that's just the default skin.
Yes, this is the default skin. There's
You can make it look like
a lot of skins.
Yeah.
And it's these little buttons.
They even have like Hillary
playlist.
Duff skins and stuff.
Yeah.
Hey, do they have Doom 3 skins?
Doom 3 skins?
I bet
they
there
do.
will be.
Sure.
Yeah.
They already have them.
Okay, so first I want to show you the media library because I think this is neat.
I should just briefly mention a skin is just a different user interface, a different appearance.
Yes, yeah. Like our skin.
Like our skin. The guts stay the same, but the bag holding them changes.
Exactly.
Yes.
This is the media library, which I think is so handy. So if you look at the menu here on the left, show you their audio, video, most played, recently played.
Oh,
so
those are all your things.
Yeah, so that's everything in your files and folders. And in fact, you can have it rescan everything. So if you add more to your files, right?
Right.
Anyway, so I've got audio here, and it lists all the audio files that I have on my computer. Go to search. Let's say I want to listen to Bond.
James Bond.
Bond.
Is Bond a group?
Yes, it is.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm learning all the time from you youngsters. I thought it was a 007. I didn't know.
It's a really neat group. They're a quartet that plays kind of like a techno-classical music.
Oh, technical-classical.
Yes.
My
rock and roll Bach.
Yeah, so here, let's
Moby
play
meets
something
Mozart.
here.
Okay. Oh. Well, that sounds classical. Is it going to get techno?
Later, yeah, afterwards.
Is it beat? Ooh. Wow. Oh, it's like a fifth of Beethoven.
Yeah. So it's really neat,
Good.
Okay.
Thank you.
But sometimes, your files show up with the wrong, incorrect spelling. Like Bond with an E. So you can fix that.
So you can actually edit it right in there.
Yep. And
these are
that way,
the MP3 tags you can fix.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Just get rid of that and update.
Play with the
It'll
skins.
actually change it on your file.
Play with the extensions. It's new. It's improved. They keep updating it, and I think the newest version is actually a lot better. They went through a stage where they were making, like Winamp 3 was terrible, but I think they're getting better.
Yeah, they've got, don't want to forget to mention the internet radio, internet TV.
Wow.
Yeah, and Winamp.com's got a list of a whole bunch of recent songs, too.
Cool.
It's really neat. So
Let's
check
take
it out.
another call on Monica. That's Monica's Minute. 2 minutes, 3, whatever.
It's a really long minute.
Who's our next caller?
We've got Kyle from Elroy, Wisconsin.
Kyle from Elroy. Hey,
Hello,
Kyle.
Leo.
Welcome to the show, my friend. Hey, before we go on, Kyle, there's something I want to do.
Okay.
You see this CN tower? I want to drop it down the hole of doom. This was the official CN Tower show. No longer, although we've tied a tether to it.
A Cat
5 cable.
Cat 5.
It's a Cat 5 cable. This is keeping it from going down.
It's like a bungee. CN
You know what? It won't go
bungee
down. All right, Kyle. Now
All
what?
right, got a question for you here, Leo.
I'm trying.
All right, I'm heading back to college this fall, and I'm looking to purchase a handheld PC. Would you be able to tell me which ones are good on the market?
So you don't have one at all right now?
Not one at all.
And when you say you're going to college, you think you're going to use that to, say, take notes or to keep track of your classes? What do you want to use it for?
Honestly, I don't even know. I've got friends that have one, and I look, and I guess I just kind of want one myself.
So they're so sexy, I want one. You know, Andy and I were talking about these before the show, and actually I think we're in agreement here that this category is not really a growing and exciting category. Palm's having trouble. Sony decided just recently to completely abandon the market, saying we're not going to, you know, I guess they'll still sell them in Japan, but we're not going to make Pliés in the U.S. and Canada anymore. I think that what's happening is more and more people are abandoning, you know, let's say their Palm, this is my Palm, and they're replacing it with a cell phone. Look, let me get down here, which has all of the capabilities. It's a PDA, but it's also a phone, so you don't have to carry, you know, extra things around with you. And so, but I'm not going to recommend against it. I'm just going to say it is one of those markets that's not really taken off. The choice you're going to have to make right away, Kyle, is do you go with Palm, which is kind of the originator of all of this, or do you go with Pocket PC, which is Microsoft's response, and it's really kind of Windows in a Palm-sized device. If you're going to go with Palm, I like this one. This is the Zyre 71. They now have a 72. It has a calendar, database, all the things that you'd expect, you know, address book and all that stuff. You can play games on. In fact, I've got Rayman in here, which is cool. I've got Rayman in the little SIM chip like this that you just pop it in there. You could put, this could also be memory for pictures and things. You pop it in and then you can play the game Rayman. Let me get it in there. And there's another thing that this is kind of cool. Watch this. Slide it up. There's a camera in there. And it's actually not a bad camera, I have to say. It's a decent camera. So this is a relatively inexpensive Palm. They've come to the 72 now, which I think is a pretty good choice.
$450.
$450? Is that how much it is?
Canada,
well, that's Canadian.
Yeah.
How much is it in real money?
Real money, it's about 300 and change.
I shouldn't say that. That's just a joke. Easy. But I do think that these are very nice Palms. You could spend more. You can get the Tungsten or the Trio 600. That's their response to the cell phone PDA craze. I think if you wanted to use it for school, this would probably be a very good choice. The fact that you can take pictures with it is really a nice added benefit. It's not like a great camera, but it's a pretty good camera.
Does that one have Bluetooth too?
This does not have Bluetooth.
No, the 72
this does not have wireless. That's if you're going to do that. Yeah, you're going to use the Tungsten T3 or
the 72. The Zyre 72.
Oh, the 72 does?
Well. Yeah.
They got Bluetooth in them now?
Yeah.
Oh man, see now I want to buy a new one. Look at this.
I guess the one that I looked at that I saw that, well, I thought looked pretty nice, it was the Dell Axiom X30.
The Axiom is a very good deal. I know. I have to say it's a little
wireless and Bluetooth already.
They're very good. Now that's Pocket PC, and that's the thing. You're going to do Palm. You're going to do Pocket PC. They're a very good deal. I think they're among the most reasonably priced Pocket PCs. They're very powerful, 400 megahertz X-scale processors, lots of memory. They're not the sexiest. They're kind of clunky. Dell tends to make kind of boxy devices.
What's that about?
For sexy, I like this. This is, I think, the thinnest, slimmest Pocket PC. Not this one. No, that's the Palm. Although that's me right in there and taking a picture of my nose. Should I make it past that? Yeah, I just took a picture of my nose. This is the one on the screen. Can you pick up my screen? There we go. This is it, the Pocket PC, and from iPac, and I think this is a very sexy one, frankly. But you like this one too, right?
I do. I think the iPac, if you're going to go Pocket PC, the iPac is the way to go.
More expensive than the Axiom, though.
Yeah.
I've got an iPac.
Not more functional. Do you like it? You have an iPac?
Yeah.
Monica likes it. So
it has better Windows compatibility, I think, generally. You don't have to add third-party software a lot of the time.
All right. Well, that's another thing. So if you're a Windows guy and you really like Windows and you want to do things like read Word documents or Excel documents, you can do that on a Palm, but not as easily. If you like the start button, go with Pocket PC. If you just want to get the stuff done, you want a simple interface, I think Palm is better in that regard. But if I were you, Mike, Kyle, if you're looking at a new phone, I would look at a phone that has built-in PDA capabilities. Maybe the Trio 600.
Trio 600, yeah,
which everybody seems to like.
Fantastic device.
Yeah. Do you use that?
I had it for a while. The Palm loaned it to me.
Had to send it back, huh?
I had to send it back, unfortunately.
Yeah. Everybody seems to like it. I mean, this is basically a phone and a Palm. It's $599 US, so that's going to set you back a little bit of money. Okay.
All right. Thank you much, Leo.
There probably more information than you ever wanted, but at least those are some things to think about when you're buying your next Palm or PDA device. Thank you for listening.
For the help.
All right, take care. Bye-bye. Coming back, some final words, some emails, and we'll tell you how you can be on the show, too, when Call for Help continues. Stay right here. I do like this camera thing. And actually, I think the pictures are pretty good.
1.2 megapixels?
Call for Help, the CN Tower edition. Yes, we rescued the tower. The Toronto landmark that we all stare at when we leave the studio. Hey, I want to remind everybody, if you want to get on the show with me and Andy and Monica, you can. It's very simple. Just go to the website, callforhelptv.com. There's a form there if you have a question for us. We'd love to hear from you. We're going to get a fax line, so we can send us faxes. Yep. Emails, Andy at callforhelptv.com, Monica at callforhelptv.com, yep. Leo at callforhelptv.com. Look, there's the compact. How do you like that? How do you like that? That's the old iPad.
Yeah, I've had this
now.
for a while, yeah.
Mikey, did you find, you didn't find Andy's. Andy has a Zyre 72, he didn't even tell me. So it has Bluetooth now. It has a 1.2 megapixel camera. Mm-hmm. So it's much improved over my old 71.
This is a nice blue.
And I like the new color.
Yeah.
Now, I think actually that's a great Palm. That's kind of the one I'd recommend. Unless you're in business and you want the keyboard and you want a little bit more power, then the tungsten.
Everything you want in the middle of the road price.
Yeah, that's what I think. You know? Yeah, I agree with you on that. Well, all right. I guess that's about it. Well, there's a call for help. We're going to go off and play with our Palms a little. I mean, our PDA. Never mind. Play with our PDAs. I'm taking this with me. This is the CN Tower. If I ever win an award, maybe it'll be this.
You should win an award.
That would be good. The CN Award. What does CN stand for?
Canadian National.
Yeah.
Oh, all right. So we'll learn
Railway
something
company.
every day.
Oh, that should have been a quiz.
It's a railway.
Should have been, yeah.
Shh, we'll make it the quiz next time.
Week.
Hey, remember, if you've got a problem with your personal confuser, don't whine, don't moan, don't yell. What are you going to do? Call for help. Have a great day. We'll see you later.
Many of the things that happen are the work of the devil.